I've said it numerous times and I'll have to keep saying it, but you're your own people. You do what you feel is best. As long as it's nothing criminal, as long as it's not something that'll put you in jail, I'm perfectly fine with any of you doing whatever your beliefs get you to do. If you want to wear a mask in a store, go do that. If you don't, go do that. If you want to support some organization that's probably a scam or not a scam, go do that. I can't sit here and dog whistle and force you to do something that you don't feel comfortable doing. Okay? Clear, cut, and concise. That's what a reasonable human being would do. I know I'm so sexy. What's weird is when I see people living their life and trying to bully others into submission, trying to get them to do something that they don't want to do just so that that person could feel more comfortable about themselves. I'm seeing baseball players say that they don't feel comfortable or that they're choosing not to wear some rainbow pin during Pride Month, and I'm seeing people get on social media and call them homophobic. I'm seeing people get on TV and call them bigots.
Pride is about inclusion, so you don't love them and you don't welcome them if you're not willing to wear the patch. And calling it a lifestyle reveals to me that you've done not even a modicum of research or understanding on this topic, which is what tends to happen when a privileged class isn't affected by things. This is not just about baseball. That religious exemption BS, which is used in sport and otherwise, also allows for people to be denied health care, jobs, apartments, children, prescriptions, all sorts of rights. And so we have to stop tiptoeing around it because we're trying to protect people who are trying to be bigoted from asking for them to be exempt from it when the very people that they are bigoted against are suffering the consequences.
And I'm just sitting here wondering something. Why do they have to in order to make you feel special? How come you can't just look in the mirror and say, I'm prideful that I'm a lesbian or bi or trans or gay or queer or any different version of sexual? Why aren't you just sitting there being prideful in yourself, and why instead are you trying to bully people for choosing not to do what you want them to do? I understand people got religious backgrounds. I understand people don't like the fact that those people have religious backgrounds. But guess what? Everybody doesn't like everybody. There are people out there who are white that don't like blacks. Blacks don't like whites. Straights don't like gays. You got gay people who hate gay people. All these different types of people. And yes, it's hateful. How come we all can't get along? People grow up in different environments. People grow up in these different backgrounds and they grow in thinking that a certain way is the right way. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. You know what would help bridge that gap? Actual conversation. Instead of getting on national TV and calling some baseball players bigots because they're not wearing some weird pin for 30 days and then taking it off because we can only care about the LGBT community and have pride in it for 30 days. Oh no, we got to just sit there and shame them. Why not instead just talk? Why not have that conversation? Why not try to understand that, hey, this person who's lived a different life from me, maybe I can get something from them in form of a conversation. Maybe I can learn something from them and maybe they can learn something from me. Why is it, oh, you're a homophobe, or you're a transphobe, or you're a bigot, oh, you're racist, or you're sexist, or you're colorist, or you're fatphobic, or you're skinny phobic, or you're bodyphobic, or you're different things and this and just it doesn't provide anything except mindless banter from people who just want everybody to get on all fours and suck them. It's not getting any form of individuals coming together and understanding, hey, we all might think differently, but I think there's some respect there. We could all respect each other for the different backgrounds we grew up in, and in the future, we could have a better bond. And even though we think differently, we could still come together when things are important. But we can't do that because we got to make sure everybody understands that I'm the victim. And if you don't spend 30 days putting a rainbow somewhere in your room, you obviously don't care about me. That pathetic form of gaslighting will never slide with me because it's just a bunch of people too emotionally damaged and insecure to look themselves in the mirror and say, hey, I'm lesbian, I'm proud. Hey, I'm gay, I'm proud. Hey, I'm trans, I'm proud. You gotta bully people in all these different forms of submission. You gotta sit there and call people out who are just saying, hey, I don't want to do it. And what's the problem with that? What's the problem just saying, hey, I get that everybody else is doing this, but I don't want to. It's not really beneficial to me. I don't really see anything in doing it. I don't really see any pride in doing it. I don't really see any form of collectivism in everybody just doing this for a few days and then stopping it because, of course, you know, they're supposed to care about the gays and the lesbians and the trans and have pride for all of them for just 30 days and no longer. It's just weird how I could sit there and say, I'm not really interested in that, and automatically that makes me a homophobe. There's no level of discussion there. So my advice, I know I'm a controversial person, I make content that upsets a bunch of people, oh god, my advice is that if you have somebody who just says, hey, I'm not supporting it, you know what you could do? You have two options. Either gauge in full conversation, try to understand them, not try to bully them into submission and try to change their minds with your weird anecdotes and catchphrases, and just talk to them so that they can understand you and you can understand them.
I get asked all the time, Gracie, is it okay to be cis? And honestly, no. Cis people are a disease. Get well soon.
I would like you to promise me that you will stop treating trans people this way.
How I'm treating you? I'm treating you bad? And am I doing it?
Your staff.
Am I doing it?
Your staff.
They're not doing that, man.
Yes, they were.
Okay, well, no. I mean, like I said, I mean, your name on the credit card is a feminine name?
No.
Exactly. They're not discriminating you.
Yes,
no,
they
not.
are. Because someone else could be paying.
By you handing the card.
I'm sorry, if someone else was sitting here that was a man and I handed them that card, they would not have said anything. But because I'm alone, they're going to be an and discriminate against me and be transphobic.
See? Nobody's transphobic like you're saying.
No,
nobody
that is what's happening.
No, that's how you feel. I'm so sorry.
No, it's actually not how I feel.
Yes, you are.
There's a
you're
difference.
Doing this because of that.
No, there's a difference.
You know, because I mean, like in my sexuality, whatever it is, and I feel confident of who I am.
I'm not talking about sexuality.
That's what you're just telling me.
You don't even know what we're talking about. So how can you tell me I don't know what I'm talking about? We're talking about gender identity. You're talking about sexuality.
Okay.
There's a difference.
What are you? So I can call you. What are you?
No.
What are you?
Just why does it matter?
No. What are you?
Why does it matter?
What are you?
Why does it matter?
Oh, it doesn't matter to you. I mean, but to me, I'm a male. Okay?
Okay.
So, what are you? So I can call you a sir or ma'am. What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
I assume that you're a man. Okay?
Or ignore them and hang around the people who are prideful, whether if they're straight, lesbian, gay, trans, bi, whatever. If that group of people is prideful and they're celebrating and they're doing all the kumbaya, how about you instead go towards that? You talk all the time about, oh, everybody needs to ignore the negativity, yet you motherfuckers keep diving into it and creating more negativity. So in the future, could you bozos stop bullying people into caring about you and realize that in all these different backgrounds all over the world, some people don't really want to celebrate pride. Some people outright hate gays. You can't fight it. You can't really sit there and bully people into liking you. It's a sad reality, I know, but it's often the weight of the world. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in the next one. Stop getting on TV and calling people bigots because they don't support you.